Good afternoon. Today is the 7th of November and this is part 4 of a slightly shambolic shuffle around the 2025 NEC Classic Motor Show. I do apologise in advance if I get things wrong, if I fall over, if it's generally a terrible video, if I get interrupted by announcements or just random people. And also viewers, we don't talk about diesels on this channel. So here we are, still at the auction, iconic auctioneer's sale. We had to skip a lot of cars already due to the fact we haven't got engines we can talk about. So we're going to go on to this 2000 Land Rover Discovery 4-litre petrol GS. Most of these had an engine we can't discuss, so I'm happy to find this. 23,000 miles from new, 18 to 22,000. You'd expect with a 4-litre V8 you'd have a leather interior, but apparently not. Do you get all 7 seats though? I've never driven a Series 2 Discovery like this. I'd probably like to. Apparently they're a lot better than the Series 1s, but I wouldn't know exactly if I haven't tried one. Is that worth all that money? I don't know. So many of you will know that P38s were introduced with the autobiography specification in the late 90s. This is a P38, but it's a pre-autobiography. Estimate on this is 8 to 10,000. It's a 99, this one. I'm assuming that the value is due to the fact that it's a pre-autobiography as opposed to just the mileage stuff. They're not worth loads of money, P38s necessarily at the moment. They might be in the future. So we'll next go on to his XJS. Wow, okay, 2 to 3,000, 1976. XJS pre-HE auto left-hand drive donor car. I imagine the ones that are in the row here as well probably all come out of the same collection. That's my sort of feeling anyway. German supplied, no certification, restoration donor project. Next you've got this 1973 Daimler 66 Vanden Plas Series 1 chassis number 1, but the condition of this is it's not good. Yeah, the very first Daimler 66 Vanden Plas long wheelbase, manufactured 72, requiring full restoration. If your car's held together with a ratchet strap, I think you can say it does require full restoration. That is not for the faint-hearted, viewers. It's not for the faint-hearted at all. Then we had something else. This is a Series 1 XJ12 factory manual experiment car. So the V12 XJs did not appear until 1972. The prototype for a planned manual that never made production. That's interesting. It's not so bad, this collection so far. It's interesting stuff in it. Next we'll go on to this XJS. This is a wow, it's a 75. This is a really early one. It's as early as the one in Return of the Saint. NDU 402P, wow. I believe one of the very earliest ones, offered at £4,000 to £6,000. It's NDU 402P off about reserve. I mean, you've got to do a lot of work to that, but you know, those are quite valuable now, the early XJSs. Next we've got another Series 1. This is a 1973 XJ12 American import. Same estimate as the XJS. This is £4,000 to £6,000. Imported from the United States of America. Probably tell by the white wall tyres. 2 fuel tanks, of course, because there's not much economical things in the world. And then you've got another Series 1 here. Right-hand drive. 73 down 66. No, sorry, I said it was Series 1. It's Series 2. It's a very early Series 2. A G in blue with chamois trim, requiring full restoration. No reserve. £5,000 to £7,000. Brilliant. Yeah, definitely a Series 2. And then we've got an E-Type over here. Is this the same collection as well? I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't the same collection. 1970 E-Type Series 2, 35 to 40,000 pounds. A remarkable opportunity, which means it requires restoration, I imagine. 1968, a Land Rover Series 2A 88-inch wheelbase, 8 to 10,000.
Can you imagine someone done it?
1977 Land Rover Series 3 88-inch, 7 to 10,000. Prefer this one, to be honest. I don't know why. Not a lot of money. Ooh, a chimney. Ooh. Oh my gosh, no way. 8 to 10,000 pounds for a chimney. That's mad. Oh yeah, less than 3,000 miles from new. Someone's kept this in a garage or something. I mean, I know chimneys are valuable, but that's crazy. Has a sort of later engine with a little bit more power. I think it's 86 horsepower in there. So, 2006 Mercedes-Benz ML63 AMG, 13 to 16,000. 510 horsepower, bit more than the chimney. Is this a classic? Not really, I don't think so. But then again, we've got the 2022 Toyota GR Yaris, so who knows? 13 to 16,000, 63,500. Okay, which is nice. Next, we've got this Steyr-Puch Haflinger from 1964. This is about the same as the Mercedes. It's 12 to 16,000. There's nothing to it, is there? There's nothing to it at all. Can we open this door? Yeah, we can. Oh my gosh. What? Oh gosh, you're going to drive around like this? I don't think I'm going to buy that, viewers, somehow. How the... Did you close the door? Hold on a second, viewers. Okay, managed to close the door. Very clever and everything, but I don't think I'd buy one personally. It's not really me. Also not really me is this thing here. What is this? It's very old, whatever it is. This must be the oldest thing here. It's a 1899 to 1903 replica curved dash Oldsmobile. It's only worth 5 to 10,000 pounds. A replica of the curved dash Olds. Okay, what does you do with this if you bought one? What do you do? Do you go around and take to the shops? You've got a wicker basket, you could put your shopping in there, I suppose. Crazy. Personally, I prefer this Ford Escort RS Turbo Series 1. Very cat's eyes. Look at the parcel shelf. What the heck is that? Is that an accessory or is that something someone's made? This would be worth a lot of money. Yeah, 30 to 35,000 pounds. It's 85. Like the ones in the second series of cat's eyes. Next we've got a Ford Capri 2.8. Is it? Yeah, it's 2.8 injection from 1983. This will be, I'm assuming, a 4-speed? No, it's an early 5-speed, Type 9. I like Ford Capris very much, viewers, but the brakes, oh my gosh, the brakes. I drove one of these in 2020 and the brakes were terrible. It's an 82 4-speed, estimated at 14 to 18,000, odometer about 52,000 miles. Next we've got this 1989 Ford Escort XR3i. It's been slightly modified, not too much. 15 to 18,000. A award-winning show car between 96 and 2010. I have to say I prefer some standard wheels personally, but there we go. And a Lotus, got to get this right, views. Lotus Elite Coupe M50 prototype. Okay, viewers, we need to look at that information sheet a bit more carefully, I think. So this is a 72. Why do an end plate then? That doesn't make sense. First ever Lotus Elite prototype. Pilot build. Now rediscovered after 40 years in one family's ownership. I'm going to have to photograph that with Mr. Charles at Grand Theft Auto, aren't I? Feature 20,000. Then a Fiat Uno Turbo IE, but it's more expensive than the Lotus. 87, 16,000 to 20,000 pounds. These are actually quite valuable now because they're very, very rare. I'd like to try one of those at some point in my life, viewers, if I ever get one on the channel. There's another XJS. This is 15,000 to 20,000 pounds. 88 XJS V12 convertible. I have driven one of these. It was in 1991 at the Great British Car Journey. They actually don't have that on their fleet at the moment. I think they've got a 3.6 instead. Probably a bit cheaper to run than a V12. Yeah. Very good. So, Golf GTI Mark 1. Quite a late one on a Y. 1983, this one. Not a campaign or anything. Quite high mileage, 171,000 miles. Still worth 12 to 15,000, that is. Next, we've got this Renault 5 Gordini Turbo. It's not a Turbo 2, just a Gordini Turbo. 9 to 12, so a bit cheaper than the Golf, and lower mileage at 94,500. Now it's locked. Never mind. I kind of prefer this to the Golf. I put a better brakes. Well, the brakes on a Mark 1 Golf are not good. And then an Audi All Quattro that carries an 87 to 88 registration. 30 to 35,000. So between the WR and the RR, the MB is a rarest variant. I've learned something new today, viewers. Because you have to learn all the time, viewers. We won't get anywhere. So a 79 Mercedes-Benz 450 SLC, 8 to 10,000. These are actually less valuable than the R107s. I think they were maybe more expensive at the time. But there we go, that's not a lot of money, 8 to 10,000 at all. Really not a lot of money. Next to Golf GTI Mark 3. To be here, it would have to be an exceptional car. Let's see if it is. So 46,000. 4 new tyres, battery, new exhaust, tank of fuel, washer, polish, and now ready to go off with no reserve. 85,000, 4 to 6,000. What that'll reach, I don't know. Next we've got something that's a very clever facelift. It's a Mark 4 Golf Cabrio, which has the Mark 4's front end with the rear end of the Mark 3. The dash, I think, is the same as the Mark 3. I don't think you've got a Mark 4 dash in it either. So one of the cleverest faces, the steering wheel's actually different, but the rest of it is the same as a Mark 3. You can see that the rear end is very much like a Mark 3. They couldn't be bothered to actually invest in a full facelift, or rather, full new design for the Mark 4, so it just faces the Mark 3 and it's still sold okay. It's a 2001 compared with the 1995. Then a Toyota Celica. This is not, I don't think, a GT4. It's an ST202, which is the model code for this in 96. Yeah, 125,000. I suppose it's okay at 47,000 with no reserve. What's it worth? We don't know. Who knows? Next, we've got this 929 Citroen AC4, 8 to 10,000. What's it actually worth? I don't know. There's not really much of a market for something like this. It's very well made and everything. I like the design, but pre-war cars, this shuts nicely. Pre-war cars just aren't worth a lot of money because not a lot of people want to buy them. It's always sort of supply and demand. It's simple economics. Then we've got this 19 26 for Model T, 8 to 10,000. Again, not particularly valuable. Unusual colour. I think I've seen too many in this colour combination. It's a wedding car. Then we've got this 1971 Mini Cooper. They did make them as late as this. 1275 GT did not immediately replace the Cooper. It was sold side by side for a couple of years. This is the 71. It's a 1275 S model, 12 to 15,000. Next you've got this Fiat 500L left-hand drive, 6 to 8,000. They've always been for me a little bit too small because I'm not sure I fitted it very well. TVR Vixen 1969, Vixen S2, 1822. The only time I've ever seen these is in that last episode of The Saint called The World Beater. It was filmed about 68. Those Mark II Cortina rear lights. Anyway, onto this Triumph. Um, 14 to 18,000. It's a 61 T R3A. Oh viewers, my coat appears to be caught on the door mirror of the TVR. It's always happening to me that. I've got to pull it a bit tighter. Rubbish. Okay, never mind. This one is estimated at 14 to 18,000. Next we've got a 1999 MGR V8. Now, I don't think that's correct. The registration says 94, 95. I've driven one of those. I drove one of these earlier this year. So, imported in 99, but probably built 95. That's the last year they made them. They're quite interesting to drive. They have quite a bit of wobble in the chassis and things, because obviously they're updated MGB, so you can't expect 1990s level of performance and handling in a car that was designed in the early 60s. There's a Messerschmitt. How much is this sort of thing worth these days? Do we have an information sheet? Oh yes we do. 14 to 18,000 for this 1956 Messerschmitt. Okay, I wouldn't know something about that at all really, nothing at all. And then an MGB GT from 72, 73. Had some cheap MGBs earlier on. And we've got another one there, so let's see how much these are worth. Automatic, wow, that's rare. 8 to 10,000. Not used for over 35 years. And the very somebody's looking rear, so it's front spoiler on there too. From one rare MG to another, it's a 1958 twin cam. The first production MGA twin cam. I thought these were officially launched in about 1960, but I could be totally wrong. Like I am about most things. Estimate on this is 30 to 40,000 pounds. Original factory demonstrator. Okay. So this MGA's got some unusual rear lights. 600 Mark II, obviously in far worse condition than that twin cam. The 61 Roadster Project. Yes, I think that's a good way of describing it. It's a project. 8 to 10,000. Will it reach that? I don't know. 774 MGB GT V8. 13 to 16,000. That's got the same front spoiler as that white one that was an automatic. They never made the MGB V8 in a roadster form, only the GTs for some reason. Those are actually the correct wheels for one as well. You could also get a rubber bumper version. I think it was discontinued in about 1976 from memory. Another Escort Mark 1 two-door. I wonder how much this is worth. Probably quite a lot. Let's have a look. Right, this is getting crazy in here. Now, it's not even the second day and there's too much going on here. 75, so very, very late Mexico. Mark 1. 25 to 30,000. I thought, actually, to be honest, it'd be worth even more than that. A well-presented example. Yeah, it looks nice, I suppose. And then a Mark 1 Lotus Cortina, another one. 65, 35 to 40,000 pounds. I suppose it's worth that if it's nice enough. That does look very nice indeed. It's not perfect. Probably explains why it's not an extraordinary amount of money. Sorry. There we go. Next section, I think, viewers. Now, viewers, as we know from many, many years of going to the Loxley Classic Car Club events, the mini pickups and vans lasted with their original Mark 1 design for a really long time, right way through to 1982. This is 77, so it shouldn't have looked like this originally. It would have a pressed steel grille, it wouldn't have had that badge on the bonnet, but it would have had, exactly like this car has, the house-style door handles, the sliding windows and the exposed hinges right the way through to 1982. This one is actually worth 12 to 14,000 pounds apparently. I don't know if it'll fetch that, I'm not sure. It's a very sort of individual taste sort of thing to make it as modified as this, but there we go. It's a 1340cc as well, so a bit faster. Next you've got this Capri. It's a 2 litre S project, 3 to 4,000 pounds. It's a very early Mark III. Personally, I don't know if I'd want to take that on. That looks a little bit too much work for me. And then another 2-door Escort Mark 1. This is a 73, garage find in Mexico, and estimate is 10 to 15,000. Now you need a lot of nous to do that. That looks in, to be honest, quite poor condition. You're going to have to do a full restoration on that. Wow, brave person. Next we've got this E-Type, left-hand drive Series 1 E-Type. That is a 762, 30 to 35,000, original engine and gearbox. Ready for completion to the next owner specification. Yeah, I can't argue with that. Next we've got a very nice looking Mark II Capri. It's a 3 litre S from 78. It's a very, very late Mark II because the Mark III was launched in March 78. Is it open? No, never mind. Wow. Next we've got an M100 Elan. I drove one of these back in January. These are actually fallen in price. I saw one of these the other day at Southwest Vehicle Auctions for not a lot of money. This is 4 to 6,000. Recently returned from Sweden. Okay. Didn't know they were more popular in Sweden than over here. Then we've got this 2-door Escort Mexico from 77. Pre-facelift. 28 to 32,000 pounds. Retains its original registration number linked to its very first keeper. Was she called Sue by any chance, viewers? Yes, she was. It's April 77. Stayed with them for 6 years, following the fate of many RSs in the early 80s, where it 5 owners in 3 years! Exclamation mark. It's a very nice example, isn't it? It's beautiful. I prefer this Mark II Cortina 1600E, 69 to 70. It's quite nice use. Yeah, it is 14 to 16,000, so it's less money than Sue. Next, we've got a Mark III Capri. This is a 2.8 Ultimax 3.7. I'd never heard of one of these before. 3.7? Whoo! 12 to 16,000 pounds. Now that's intriguing news. I bet that is very, very, very quick. It doesn't actually say anything on the outside to identify it as being any other than a standard 2.8 Capri. Also nice is this BMW 6 Series. Yeah, it's an early facelift one, this. Say 1983 628 CSI, estimated at 9 to 11,000. It's very reasonable to me. That's for the Capri. The Capris are very variable. 2007 Mercedes-Benz CL500, 10 to 15,000. Only done 36,000 miles. These have absolutely colossal depreciation, like nothing you've ever seen before, really. Yeah, I'm sure I'd want one of those, really. A bit too ostentatious for me. It's quite nice view. It's a C4 Audi S6. Estimates 14 to 18,000. Not very common, really. I don't know what this would be worth. Being a former 1990s Audi owner, I feel qualified just to talk about stuff like this. Oh wow, it's a manual. That's very nice, viewers. We like that sort of thing a lot. We also quite like this 2006 RS4 Saloon, 15 to 18,000. That's quite a lot of money for something like this, but maybe they're worth it now, I don't know. It's actually slightly more than the S6, which I think is a probably superior car to this in some ways, but you know, people like what they like, don't they?
All right. Jeff, I'll just wander over.
So, we've got this 2003 Mercedes-Benz R230 SL55 AMG. Estimate on this is 8 to 10,000. It's not really me, to be honest, viewers, but maybe these are classics now, I don't know. 55 AMG suggests it's a very powerful version. So we've got this 2005 E46 BMW M3 Cabriolet, 28,000, odometer at 28.5. Should get my words out really bad today, viewers. I do apologise. A lot of money, but then the E46 are worth a lot of money now. This one here, this is a another M3, 12 to 15,000. Odometer reading 965. I doubt it's done that. It's probably a mistake. So about 12,000 or so. This nice colour, I like it. Next to a 996 911. Got another one here, another Tiptronic one. Say Carrera 4S, 14 to 18,000, which is probably quite reasonable actually. And then prices of these are falling at the moment. So then we've got another BMW E30. It's a 325 Alpina 3 styling pack. Very nice Alpina C2 styling pack. 22 to 26,000. Excellent. Complete with headlamp wiper action. Also headlamp wiper action on this R129 1997 Mercedes-Benz SL500. 10 to 12,000. Again, not the most valuable cars currently. Maybe there's just too many around, I don't know. It's funny. Then another X100 XK8, an early one that's actually on a P. I think they came out on an N, so sort of first year of production type thing, this. $5,000 to $8,000. Yeah, you can get these for sensible second-hand classics money, as you can Mark IV Escorts. It's a very nice condition, this Mark IV Escort. That's in really nice condition. I prefer a gear, but you know, I'll take a 1.6 GL if it's nice. And I want to see it is. Let's see if it's open. Oh, it is. Unfortunately, because it's on a gear, we've still got windy windows in here. I'm not too fond of windy windows, but it'll do. Estimate on this is 5 to 10,000. It's all over the place, but it's only done 6,000 miles. We'll finish this part on this 2000 Nissan Skyline 2.25 GTV saloon automatic. Much less money than an R34 two-door, but there we go. Estimate £8,000 to £10,000. Not everything's really expensive in here. Thank you very much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video and comment below, and we shall see you in the next part for some more incorrect information.